Hello and welcome back to the TV Show Club, the club where we talk about TV shows that we've been recently watching, viewing and enjoying them, and you've been recently watching and enjoying, and if you've seen what I'm about to talk about, let me know what you thought about it. I've never really played the Fallout games. I've played them here and there, and to be honest, they weren't really for me, or at least at the time, I just didn't get invested into them, I didn't give them enough time, and I didn't sort of learn the game. But the concept of the game has always really intrigued me. I've been to Comic-Cons where I've seen props and designs and just the overall concept of this world that's been destroyed by bombs and people have survived by going into vaults, but then there's also ghouls and mutations and everything on the surface level really intrigued me. It really did. So when I heard that they were doing a TV show, I was absolutely going to give it a go. I was going to give it a go anyway because I love seeing these adaptations from video games actually doing well. And this was no exception. Oh my god, this was brilliant. It was brilliantly done. From the acting, the writing, the pacing, the direction of this whole show, the three main characters and all the different sort of plot points and things going on. It wasn't boring, it wasn't stale, and it was just done so well. They could have fallen into a bit of a trap with the Fallout show. I mean, from me and what I've got from playing the games, you walk around and collect stuff and develop your character, and that's essentially it. But all the different layers of this show is what makes it absolutely brilliant. Having the introduction of these three main characters rather than just having one, and all of them just being completely different. You've got Lucy, a vault dweller, someone who doesn't have any idea about the world and is so naive but wants to go and save her dad. You've got Maximus, basically an army cadet who is basically so conflicted within himself. You sort of don't trust him but do trust him. You kind of like him but don't like him because he's a little bit untrustworthy and he keeps lying and he keeps making mistakes and you keep thinking, what are you doing? Just do something right. But you've got that level of it, and then you've got the ghoul where we're getting all these flashbacks to before the explosions. You're getting all this lore from before, and you're getting just this absolute badass cowboy ghoul who is struggling to try and complete a mission, but then also is actually on a deeper level struggling with the past and trying to find his family, and then there's so many layers to this, and it's just absolutely brilliant. Even outside the main three characters, you've got the developments within the vault of 33 and 31 and the whole mystery of everything going on. You've got all the characters in there. You've got the extra people out of the Brotherhood. Oh yes, it was just well written to a point where this could have gone so wrong, but it went so right. One thing I especially think was done absolutely brilliant with Fallout was the set design, the costume design, and everything about how this show was made. It was colourful, it was vibrant, it was so true to the game that it just worked so well. The whole tone of the show comes off in the set design. It's a little bit gory, it's a little bit funny, it's quirky, it's random, it's wacky, and it shows that in the way that the characters are dressed, in the way that the set is just bright and popping. It's not this dusk, dull, post-apocalyptic world. It kind of is in places, but also it's this lovely retro aesthetic despite being futuristic. The combination of the two is so odd, but it works so brilliantly. And why is that paired with the absolute most perfect music throughout the whole show? This is one thing that I honestly think could not even be singularly faltered. The music throughout this film, it knew when to cut it off, it knew when to add it in for comedic effect, for emotional effect. It just brings you into this time and this aesthetic so well. The variations of the music, but they all still have this sort of oldie worldy sound. Just at the end of every episode, just having another classic banger on. It was done so brilliantly, and just all of these paired together essentially built the foundations for the world. I think without sort of the prop and set design and the music, this would not have been the same. Even if the acting and the writing and the storyline was really good, these sort of three factors are so essential and key to being true to the game that it translated so well on the screen, and that is kind of what birthed this absolutely brilliant world that you want to be involved in, you want to watch. Seeing all these paths converge and seeing all these mysteries and questions finally sort of connect together, and the final episode of Fallout and the twist at the end. Honestly, it was built up so well. They could have done it a couple episodes before, they could have done it, from the get-go, but having this build-up and having this mystery, and it worked so well. The timing of it caught me so off guard. I had no idea that Vault-Tec was so corrupt, and they were the ones who set the bombs off. That whole flashback sequence, oh my god, that was just... what? To then seeing that Lucy's dad was from the time before, and just all these little things just all going off at the same time, and being like, wait, what we thought was not true at all. What we thought these vaults were just some lovely, safe, secure places, not at all. They're all testing environments with head of Vault-Tec people in charge. Oh yes. Yes. How brilliantly that is set up for a season 2, with Lucy and the Ghoul walking off to go and find Vault-Tec, to find his family, and also to just put an end to what is going on, because they could literally solve the world's problems with this energy device. But Vault-Tec doesn't want that. What an absolutely brilliantly layered and written show. Is there some sort of cringy lines? Yes, but actually I grew to love them. In the first episode I was a little bit like, the dialogue just isn't quite hitting. But actually, it hit completely. It matched the tone of the time and the show and just everything. I've never played the Fallout games, but I absolutely want to now. This show is brilliant, and it's just so great to see video game adaptations doing well and being done well. They're finally getting it. The mainstream is finally understanding. If you stick to the source material, you get a good product, because we love what we love and we don't want it changed. But anyway, let me know, what did you think of the Fallout TV show, and I will see you next time on the TV Show Club.